where most of us see our state lawmakers, on the floor of the State House or at committee meetings at the Capitol. But tonight, you're about to see a different side of the legislative process, a side that happens behind closed doors.
The ABC15 investigators were watching as state lawmakers from Arizona and across the country gathered in Texas for a week of business and pleasure. Investigator
Dave Biscobing shows you what these pictures that few citizens ever get to see, and he's taking you inside the growing world of lobbyists, money, and influence.
Exclusive parties, drinks, sponsored lunches, private events with music, dancing, and down-home entertainment. You're watching state lawmakers in San Antonio, Texas. Some from Arizona, others from across the country, and members of their staff. At the National Conference of State Legislators, or NCSL, the ABC15 investigators were there too, along with investigative teams from 5 other Scripps TV stations nationwide.
This is a great opportunity for businesses to be able to bend the ear of politicians in a very kind of relaxed, even festive and lavish environment.
During the day, many legislators went to sessions on education, transportation, and immigration. They ate at corporate-sponsored lunches while talking about managing during stressful times. But when day turns to night, that's when the parties begin. We watched as the free cocktails flowed. Lawmakers and staffers dug into piles of free shrimp and enjoyed private tours of the Alamo. You're looking at invitation-only parties at local restaurants with free buffets paid for by private companies and lobbying groups.
The main concern here, I think, really has to be the secrecy.
Sheila Krumholtz is the executive director for the Center for Responsive Politics, a Washington watchdog that tracks money in politics.
Politicians grow too cozy with one special interest, one narrow agenda, at the expense of all of the others.
We didn't see any Arizona lawmakers take any special gifts, drinks, or dinners in San Antonio. And none of your tax dollars were used on airfare or hotels. But some of our lawmakers received scholarship money from their NCSL Foundation to cover some of their travel expenses. More than 150 companies, trade organizations, and business associations donated a total of $2.1 million to the foundation this year. Cox Communications, Wells Fargo, and Arizona's Salt River Project each gave $12,500 to be a gold sponsor. We asked NCSL leaders if these companies' donations could influence lawmakers.
How are they, in a bad way, influencing these legislators when 99% of them probably don't even know that they gave the money?
That's not what we found. Signs, even big screens, made it easy for lawmakers to see who's funding the foundation and sponsoring events. Dozens of other companies paid registration fees to be front and center in this exhibit hall. When they weren't at sessions, lawmakers and their staff sampled beer provided by beer industry lobbyists and got chair massages from a Texas energy company. Just to be clear, none of what we saw during the conference is illegal.
Can a good thing be abused? I'm sure it can.
State Representative Rich Crandall of Mesa is one of 5 Arizona lawmakers who attended the conference. He told us he did receive one of those scholarships from NCSL Foundation to help with his expenses. Crandall says events like NCSL are the best way to learn about important issues.
I don't know if there's any other place I could have gone to get that information.
We need politicians to get access to this information, but also to seek out the alternative perspective.
If someone's going to sell their vote for a nice steak dinner, there's some bigger issues around that lawmaker.
Tomorrow morning on Daybreak, we'll show you how Arizona voters are responding to this growing issue of gift, money, and influence. But right now, you can go to ABC15.com. And we'll show you how you can look up what gifts are being given to your local lawmakers. I'm investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC15 News.
There may be a few